So this is the Viltrox autofocus 13mm 1.4 APS-C lens for Sony E-mount that I bought from IM Student, India's #1 student deal site, and the website I'll share the link in the description. I got a very good deal, and yeah, let's try to unbox this and see the actual lens and the package. I got this lens for about 36,000 in Indian currency. Right now in global Viltrox store, it is listed at $459 US. If you're lucky, you can get it in discount, and I believe they have mid-year sales going on, so you can get 10-15% discount there. Some paperwork, invoice, and bubble wrap to protect the lens. And this is the actual lens. So this is the lens. Viltrox APS-C 13mm 1.4 E-mount autofocus prime lens, rectilinear lens, so you will have less distortion. We'll go through the feature in some time. So Shenzhen Technology Corporation Limited, you can see the model number and serial number. E-mount, let's try to check out the lens. So this is the actual lens. So you get the lens pouch, like always, and I've been using Viltrox lens for quite some time. I've used 23mm 1.4, which was pretty great. So this is the Viltrox pouch that you will get. Manuals, lots of instructions. Today we'll not go through the instructions. Warranty card, you get 1 year warranty. Now let's try to check out the lens. So comes in a very good packaging, and this is the actual lens. So you can see this is the lens. It's not a small lens. It is almost similar to Sigma 16mm 1.4, a little smaller than Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens. You get a metal lens cap, very robust. You do not have any custom buttons. You have the aperture ring here, and once you reach 16 you have to really pull it to autofocus. So from 16 to 1.4 it's smooth, but after 16 if you try to rotate the tile you will see some resistance, so that you can avoid switching it by mistake while you are taking photographs or video. That's quite good. It's smooth, buttery smooth. So this is the manual focus adjustment. Very smooth, buttery smooth. Let's try to check out the front element. So this is the front element. I do not see any rubber gasket, but then it has the coating required for the oil, dust, water resistance. So it does have a rubber gasket here. Filter size is 67 mm. Let's check out the rear element. So there's no gasket, and I would not recommend you to take this lens outside in harsh climate. You get the USB Type-C port here to directly upgrade the lens firmware. You have the logo here, see, I believe this is for the APS-C. Let me try to put on the lens hood to show you how big the lens look. So this is how it looks with lens hood on, and I have the A6700 camera, so you can see the size, compare the size. Talking about the length of the lens, it would be around 5 inches, as you can see. And almost 12.6 or 12.7 centimeters with lens hood on. Without the lens hood, I'll show you the length. Without the lens hood, it is under 4.5 inch or less than 4.5 inch. It is 4.3 to 4.4 in length inches, and about 10.6 or 10.7 centimeters. So it's hardly 4 inches in length, and you can see the size in centimeter as well. Let me try to mount this. And show you how it looks with a 6700. So once you hear that click noise, that means the lens is properly mounted. And you can see, let me try to put it in auto mode. Here you can see I'm able to change the aperture automatically, and this is the look of the lens with A6700. It's quite heavy. With the camera, I'll show you how lengthy this setup is. So first I'll show you without the lens hood. Without the lens hood, it is around 14.1 or 2 centimeter, or about 5.5 inches. If you include the eyepiece, the eye cup here, it is around 6 inches, or about 15 centimeter, 15.1 centimeters. Let me try to put on the lens hood and show you the length then. We'll discuss about the image quality in some time. This is 6 inches, 6.5 inches almost, with lens hood on, because you have to consider the screen as well. And until eyepiece, it is around 6.8 almost, 6.8 inches almost, and about 17 centimeter. We'll talk about the feature next. It is a good cheap alternative for the expensive Sony lenses. The nearest one would be 11 millimeter and 15 millimeter. 11 millimeter is 1.8 and 15 millimeter is 1.4. So good fit in between these two focal lengths. Let's talk about the feature. So Viltrox autofocus 13mm 1.4 APS-C lens for Sony E mount. So this basically comes for 3 mount, Z mount for Nikon, XF mount for Fujifilm, and E mount for Sony, specifically for APS-C cameras. And it is an ultra wide angle prime lens, rectilinear in design, which means you will have almost negligible distortion. Let us try to check the features. So large aperture, which is 1.4. It has autofocus, eye focus, stepless stepped aperture, firmware upgrade through Type-C slot, EXIF information, lightweight, multi-layer coating, brass mount, light design, durable design as per the website. It says it has dust-proof design, and the aperture ring and the joint parts are equipped with dust-proof seals. Front lens has a water repellent and anti-fouling coating, which provides more protection for outdoor shooting, which is great. You can see the elements and the dust proofing, suitable for video sports video shooting, vlogging, etc. Quite focusing motor with almost negligible focus breathing. So that's the good part about this particular lens. You can use it for video shooting without worrying about the lens breathing, which is actually great. STM plus for quite autofocusing, and it has a close-up shooting minimum focus distance 0.22 meter. It has 11 groups and 14 lens elements. You can check out the elements and the MPF graph. Non-bulb head design, which allows you to use filters and rest of the attachments. Nano multi-layer coating, waterproof and anti-fouling coating, all metal design. This is not plasticky. This is a complete metal design. Looks very premium, feels very premium. The aperture ring, the focus ring works great, buttery smooth. I have already showed you what you get in the package: lens, lens hood, packaging box, lens cap, rear cap, carrying pouch, user manual and warranty card. So the maximum aperture is f16 for all three mounts, and minimum focus distance is also similar for the three mounts, available mounts. Focusing mechanism, ultra light internal focusing, and filter size is 67mm for all the three mounts available. The weight of the lens for Sony E mount is about 415 gram, and for Fujifilm XF is also the same, 415 gram. But for Nikon Z mount it is little heavy, which is 455 gram. So it is not that heavy, but surely it is heavier than the Sigma 16mm 1.4. And right now there is a sales going on, which means you can get additional discount if you buy it now.